Hello class 10th. In this video, I'll be explaining the programs related to data visualization. Data visualization के programs आप अपने Python IDLE पे भी कर सकते हैं. इस tutorial में मैं आपको Google Colab से आप कैसे program बना सकते हैं वो सिखा रही हूँ. But you can perform all these programs on IDLE also. The only difference is that you'll have to install Matplotlib library and I'll share a video, another video for that also. सबसे पहली चीज जो आपको ध्यान रखनी है, आप अपने स्कूल के जीमेल अकाउंट को यूज नहीं करेंगे. यूज योर पर्सनल गूगल अकाउंट. लॉग इन यूजिंग योर गूगल अकाउंट एंड देन सर्च गूगल कोलैब. द वेरी फर्स्ट लिंक दैट यू विल गेट इज ऑफ कोलैबोरेटरी. जस्ट क्लिक ऑन इट और यहाँ से आपको ऑप्शन मिलता है इस तरह से. इन दीज ऑप्शंस जस्ट क्लिक ऑन न्यू नोटबुक. तो इस तरह से आपके पास एक नोटबुक खुल जाएगी गूगल कोलैब में. यहाँ पर आप अपना कोड लिखेंगे एंड देन दिस स्मॉल प्ले आइकन, यहाँ पे क्लिक करके आप अपने प्रोग्राम को रन करते हैं एंड जस्ट बिलो दैट यू गेट द आउटपुट. ओके, सो दिस इज माय फर्स्ट प्रोग्राम. सबसे पहली लाइन जो आपने विजुअलाइजेशन के प्रोग्राम्स में लिखनी है दैट इज import matplotlib.pyplot as p. Now this is the library matplotlib. Okay, this is the library that we are supposed to use whenever we wish to represent our data visually. Then Piplot is a module which is going to help us create graphs. So Piplot belongs to matplotlib library. इसलिए हमने पूरे statement में लिखा import matplotlib.pyplot. Now I have to use this module every now and then in the program. So इसके लिए हम एक short में word use कर रहे हैं, इसलिए I have written import this as p. So wherever I'm mentioning p, it means मैं Piplot को refer कर रही हूँ. So this is the statement which will be common in all the programs. Then I'll take two variables x and y, जिसमें मैं values specify करूंगी axis के लिए. तो जैसे x axis के लिए मैंने बताया कि मुझे subject specify करने हैं English, हिंदी and math. y axis पे मैंने marks बताए. English के marks 89, हिंदी के 38, math के 56. Then अगर हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे एक्सेस पर लेबल भी लिखा है तो वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू यूज एक्स लेबल एंड वाई लेबल फंक्शन. तो हमने लिखा p डॉट एक्स लेबल एंड एक्स एक्सेस पे हम चाहते हैं सब्जेक्ट्स, तो सब्जेक्ट एंड वाई लेबल में मार्क्स ऑब्टेन्ड. देन वी आर जस्ट गोइंग टू प्लॉट द वैल्यूज ऑन एक्स एंड वाई वेरिएबल्स. सो विल राइट p डॉट प्लॉट एक्स वाई. By default, this plot function is going to create a line chart. And if you wish to create some different sort of chart like a bar chart or a pie chart, तो उसके लिए हमें यहाँ पे function दूसरे use करने पड़ते हैं. Now to get the output on the screen, you're supposed to write p dot show. Now this is your entire program. To get the output, you simply have to click on the run button. And you will get the output like this. On the x-axis, you have the subjects. On the y-axis, the marks obtained. And you have your line chart. You can also change the properties of the line that you have drawn. And you can do that simply by specifying some more properties in the plot function. So just write G to change the color of the line to green. You can change the thickness of the line also by specifying line width and then equals to the value. And by default, you get a solid line. You can change it to a dotted line or a dashed line by specifying line style as dotted or dashed. Okay. So with the given properties, this is the kind of line chart that you receive. Now suppose you want to draw a bar chart for the same data. Then the only difference in your program will be in the statement of p dot plot. Instead of writing plot, we are going to write bar, and with the bar function, we are going to x and y, and then with the width, you're going to specify the thickness of the slices in the bar. So this will be the output that you will receive. On the x-axis, you have your subjects. On the y-axis, you have your marks obtained. And this time, instead of a line chart, you'll get bar chart. You can again change the properties of the bar chart also. And for that, in the bar function, you can change the thickness of each and every slice in your bar chart. So क्योंकि हमारे पास यहाँ पर 3 values थे, English, Hindi and Math, तो 3 slices बन रहे थे, तीनों के मैंने separate values provide करे. So we'll get the 3 slices of different width, and similarly I have specified the color of the three slices also. So this will be the output that I'll receive. Now suppose you want that in your bar chart the slices should be horizontal instead of vertical. So for that, the only difference that you're going to mention in your program is, instead of writing bar, simply write bar edge. So your current bar graph will change to a bar graph like this, where the slices will be horizontal instead of vertical. Another representation of charts is a pie chart, and in that the entire information is represented in the form of a circle where each and every component is represented through a sector. So suppose you have some data like there is a survey, and it shows us how many of individuals prefer watching movies, how many of them prefer online gaming or outdoor gaming. So we have certain values corresponding to these labels, and all we have to do to represent these values in a pie chart is we are supposed to use the pie function. We will get the values from the variable x, and the labels for each and every slice will be given from the variable y. Then to get the output on screen, we'll use the show function. So this is the output that we will receive. The values are here in each and every sector, and the labels are on the y variable: movies, online games, and outdoor games. So just like any other chart, you can also change the properties of pie chart. For example, I wish to change the color of each and every sector myself. So I'm using a third variable by the name C here, C for color, and I've specified the color for each and every sector. And I've also given a title to my chart by using the title function. And within double quotes, I've specified the title which is to be mentioned in the chart, which is survey. So after executing the program, this is the output that I'll get. I get a title at the top. Then I have my labels also, and the colors are as per the values given by me. Now suppose you wish to create a histogram for some data. You all know that in histogram, we specify range, and then discrete values belonging to that particular range are being presented. So I have two variables. I've named them as range, and suppose exp variable is to specify the experience of an employee. So here for the range, I have the value 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. So if you subtract the lower limit from the upper limit, you get the gap of 5 units. And then we have the experience. So there are two employees who have experience in the range 0 to 5, then 7 employees in the range 5 to 10, and so on. I also have the label for my x and value axis, which is number of employees and the experience that they have in years. Now to draw the histogram, I'll use the function HIST, and the two values are in the variable exp and range as specified above. And I am also using one property, edge color, just to get the outline of each and every slice in my histogram, and that outline color is red, because I know that by default, even if I use a line chart, I get the line of blue color. If I use a bar chart, I get the slices of blue color. So in histogram also I'll get the slices of blue color only. And just to get a differentiation between two slices in continuation, I'll be outlining those slices using the red color. Then to get the output on screen, I'll use p.show function. And once you execute your program, this is the output that you get. On the x-axis, you have your range 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. And in the y-axis, you have your number of employees. Now, from 0 to 5 range. Now, the next type of chart is histogram. Suppose you have some value that you need to specify in a particular range. Then for that you use the histogram as you've studied in mathematics also. So the first line of the program remains as it is. I have two variables, one is the range and second is exp variable, which is for the experience. Now suppose the data that we are going to display is of how many employees are there having experience of certain years. So my range of years is 0 to 5, 5 to 10 years, 10 to 15 years, and so on till 30 years of experience. And this experience variable has the data of different employees. For example, one of the employee has an experience of 2 years only, then another one has 7 years, then another third one has experience of 12 years, and so on. So that is the data on the two axis. I have the labels also. One label is number of employees and the second one is experience in years. Now, in order to get the histogram, I'll use the function HIST. Of course, the values on the two axes will be given from these two variables, so EXP and range. And I've used another property which is edge color, and I have specified it with the value red. The reason why I'm using this is because you know that in a histogram, the slices are represented without any spaces in between. And since all of the slices will have the same color, which is the default color blue, sometimes when the values are same, it becomes a bit tricky for us to actually read our graph. So we make use of edge color. And then to get the output on screen, I'll use the p.show function. So this is the output that I'll get. On the y-axis, I have the number of employees. On the x-axis, you have experience, and these are your slices. And as you can tell, each and every slice has an outline of red color. Now, let's see how we are going to read this particular graph. Now, over here in the range 0 to 5, we have the value 1. Why do we have the value 1? Because if you check the experience variable, the values lying in 0 to 5 range is only 1, which is 2. There was only one employee with the experience of 2 years. Others all have experience more than 5 years. So since there was only one employee, so the value in the range 0 to 5 is 1. Similarly, as you can see, in the range 20 to 25, there is no slice. That means there was no employee having the experience 20 to 25 years. And you can clearly see over here, we have employee of 19 years of experience, we have employee of 26 years of experience, but there is no employee lying in the range of 20 to 25 years of experience. So therefore, this particular range is blank. Now, the last type of chart that we are going to do is a scatter chart. And here I have the data of an organization which is going to, where these values represents the number of females that were employed in that particular organization in the year 1990, 1995, 2000, and so on. And we wish to represent this information using a scatter chart. So we can very well do that using the scatter function. And of course, the two values on the axis that we are going to get are from these two variables, year and female. So this is the argument that we are going to pass. Then the dots in the scatter plot, I've specified the color red, so they'll be marked using the red color. Otherwise, the default color is blue. Then you also wish to use the labels for your axis, so you can very well do that using the X label and Y label as done in previous programs. In order to get the output on screen, you use the show function. So this is the output that you receive. On the x-axis, you have your years mentioned. On the y-axis, you have the number of employees. And as per the values given in the two variables, you have your dots marked for each and every year. Students, please keep in mind, uh, you are supposed to write all these programs in your practical file. Okay, so this particular code portion will be on the right hand side as usual. These outputs should be on the left hand side of your file, which is the blank page. It is your choice whether you wish to draw these charts, or you can also take the printouts and paste the printouts. So you can do that work as per your convenience. And all these programs of data visualization are to be done after the programs of advanced Python, that is after looping and conditional statements. Thank you.